Hello, Leo. Welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Leo for the month of July. Now, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Leo, let's go ahead and see what's going forward for you here for this brand new month of July 2025. Now, there's a lot going on astrologically. We have Uranus moving into Gemini, which is big because Uranus does not change signs very frequently. We have a full moon in Capricorn, and we have the good old Mercury retrograde back once again here in this month of July. Do not worry about the retrograde. We have multiple retrogrades a year. We'll all get through it, but it's definitely something to note. We'll talk about it in this reading, as you do have a Mercury retrograde card here, the Page of Swords. In a reading, just about everybody's been getting one of the two. All right. I think that's looking just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom. Leo, you do have the Three of Wands. Love this for you. This is a card of adventure and travel, business partnerships and alliances, and growth and expansion. It's a really positive card to find in the tarot. This person's looking out to the shore, to the ocean, seeing the ship either sail in or sail away, and they're realizing that there are so many places that they could go. There are so many different directions that they could grow into as well. And it feels like the sky is the limit for this Three of Wands. And really, they're about to undergo some type of new adventure or journey in their life. So it's a very, very positive energy. It builds on the potential of the Two of Wands. So some of you have sort of recognized potential here in the past, and you're now ready to grow and expand into that fullest potential with this Three of Wands on the bottom. So this is a strong card to find here. You actually have a really nice reading. There are definitely some surprises potentially in this month, but it's a really, really solid reading here. Okay. And yeah, definitely maybe something about your relationship could be showing up here for you, Leo. There could be some other things as well connected to your business. So it depends on what you're here for or your career. But yeah, work, business energies. We also have some relationship energies here showing up for you in this reading. So let's just dive in. In the middle here, you do have the Judgment card. So this is a strong card as well. The Judgment card is a deep card. You know, I like to say that it is like the final boss of the tarot, because it's essentially, it's the last card before you complete the major arcana, before you get to the world. And what this means is there is potentially one thing that you have to sort of get through in order to find the completion or to get the completion. Another way of looking at this is an epiphany or an aha moment. And you have a really strong combination of the Tower and the Judgment card here, which doesn't happen very often, but this can sort of be like a spiritual awakening. Okay, some of you could be having a spiritual awakening with this combination of cards showing up in this reading. So that's definitely one that I look out for, that combination. Now, the other thing with the Judgment card is you may find like results on something. Okay, you could find you could get a ruling or a judgment, right? You could get some results that you've been waiting to hear about. Okay, and this may have been delayed a little bit here, but yes, you could find news, or you could get news, or you get the results around something. I will also say that the actions that you take up to the Judgment card are very important. Basically, the Judgment card will show you the results of your actions, what you've done up to this point, if it's not about a general result. So you've got something that you're growing and expanding into here with this Three of Wands energy. You have this Judgment card here, this karmic energy as well, potentially. And some of you may even be undergoing a pretty big spiritual enlightenment. So let's try to get some more details on what this may be. You have the Ten of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Swords in this first column. Okay, the Ten of Wands, it may suggest that you are carrying some burden, okay, with you at this time. Something feels a little difficult. Okay, and I think that it's probably connected to a delay, something that you're waiting for. Okay, now this is something that I really want to bring this forward for you. I've been saying this to everyone for this month of July, and I've noticed that many people are getting this Knight of Swords in the first column in the July reading, which is interesting because I have multiple decks, right? I shuffle the decks very well between each reading. And what this may suggest is there's something that you really need to tackle, okay? You really need to approach in this month of July, right? And it would be wise for you to do it before the 18th of the month if you can. If you can't do it before the 18th and you have to do it after the 18th, that's okay. But the reason I'm saying that is because the 18th is the retrograde, and things may just go a little bit more smoothly if you get the task, the one very important task that you have to do before the 18th. And it's possible that you have to do this decisively here with the Knight of Wands. This person is striking while the iron is hot. They're taking advantage of their situation. So if really stay on top of things, particularly during the first week of July and maybe even the second week. Okay, so this is something I want to throw out here for you. This may feel like you have a burden that you're carrying here. This may be a really good time, beginning of the month, to remove a burden, okay, or to take some weight off your shoulders here with the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Okay, so yeah, I would remove the pressure at the beginning of the month if you can. You then have the Page of Cups here as well. So some of you, there may be something with the relationship here. It's hard to say what's going on exactly, but there may just be a little bit of choppy waters. There may be some like conflict or disagreement or argument here that you have to work through, or that you have to solve or figure out here with this Page of Cups, Five of Wands, Lovers. We'll talk about that more as we go along. Page of Cups is a solid card, indicating like offers, invitations in your romantic situation. It's a card of happiness as well, and having some like something to dream about in your life. So I would say even if there's some goal that you have connected to a dream or connected to a relationship here, it's good to sort of approach this at the beginning of the month for sure. And it may feel a little bit difficult to do this, but yeah, let's move on to the second column here. So you have the Page of Swords, the Judgment card, and the King of Wands in the second column. Now you do have this retrograde card with the Page of Swords. Reason being is the Page of Swords can indicate delay. Okay, so if you've got a flight booked, it's not the end of the world. It may just mean that there's a little bit of a delay on the flight, right? You might have to stay in the airport another hour or two, right? Something along those lines. You can fit it into your situation. If you've been waiting for a result, or you've been waiting for a process to be completed with the Judgment card and the Page of Swords, you will get the result. You will the process will complete, but it may just be on a different timeline than you were expecting, right? It may just take a little bit of time with this energy here, okay? Now, the Page of Swords is also somebody who's quick-witted and really intelligent, and they can find a solution to a problem, all right, and they can do it in a skillful way. So this is also something that some of you may need to put on your problem-solving cap, okay, your thinking cap, so to speak, in this month as it relates to some process that you've been undergoing here. But I think that you're in a period of deep thought even in this month of July with the Judgment card and the Page of Swords. Okay, again, this idea of the Judgment card is a very deep card, maybe the deepest card in the tarot, or one of them. And, you know, this idea of like you, in some way, through this Judgment card, you're awaiting your fate. Okay, you're awaiting your fate. In a traditional interpretation, you'll see people coming out of coffins. They're waiting to hear their fate or their news around something, or the result of everything they've done up to this point, right? That's why I talk about the Judgment card being like a karmic card, right? Because karma is just the accumulation of our actions. So there's something here that you're waiting for. There's a process that you're waiting for here in this month of July. It feels a little bit difficult, okay? But I think good things take time. I know that's mundane. I know that's basic advice. But it's definitely something that's kind of like coming into my mind here, for sure. You then have the King of Wands. Love that energy for you. King of Wands is somebody who's extremely passionate, you know? They're extremely passionate about what they do. They're usually a business owner or an entrepreneur, or if they're not a business owner, this can also indicate somebody who just loves their work. You know, they love their career, they love their work, And yeah, they're the most passionate, but they're also the most talented person in the room. So you definitely have some like something to lean on here, okay, as it relates to problem solving, particularly around your career in this month with the King of Wands and the Page of Swords. Your talent, your IQ, your ability to think quickly, these sorts of things. There's something about thinking quickly here. Page of Swords, Knight of Swords. To be quick on your feet. You may be required to be quick on your feet here in July as around something. You have the Tower, the Five of Wands, and the Lovers here in the final column. Yeah, strong combo here with the Judgment and the Tower, right? Spiritual awakening, spiritual enlightenment. The Tower is a shock, a surprise, an upheaval, potentially. And it may just say that there's a little bit of a twist in the plans this month, okay? And it doesn't mean that it's all going to be burned down, but it may be that you're going through something that is, you're going to have to be quick on your feet, I think, this month, Leo. I really think so. Yeah. Be ready to sort of shift in the best way possible in this month if something comes up. Now, you have the Five of Wands, a bit of a conflict here, right? It could be a disagreement. There may be a disagreement with the person you're involved with romantically if you are not single. That you may be trying to like figure out how to handle or approach this situation here. Page of Cups, Judgment, Five of Wands. You then have the Lovers, which yes, it can indicate your relationship, but you know it's Gemini energy, but it really is the Lovers card is really a card of choice. Okay, you have an important choice to make in your situation. Okay, in your love life, in your business potentially, or in your life generally, you have a choice, an important choice that really needs to be made. Remember, we start off this reading here with the Three of Wands. You've got something nice that you're growing and expanding into. You may be setting foot on a new adventure, but there's also like a surprise element to this. Remember that. There's a surprise, there's a twist here in the storyline. And it could really hit you deep here with the Judgment card. So it's, I would, if this was my reading, okay, I would try to be excited. Like I'd approach this from a place of excitement because you never know what's going to happen, okay? And nothing here indicates that it'll be doom and gloom, just FYI. It just means that something may change a little bit here to your plans or the results you're looking to get. So, and you'll have to be quick on your feet, you'll have to make some choices, but let's try to get some details on this. We'll move into the clarification portion of this reading. We'll start off by pulling some oracle cards for you here, Leo. All right. So let's pull some oracle cards here. All right. We'll take that one. And are we going to take this one too? I think we are. Yep. Okay. Energy on the bottom. Yeah, you have a guardian angel. You are not alone. I would look out for like feathers. Okay. I love to see like a feather on the sidewalk or, you know, wherever you may be. It's just a sign that it's a spiritual sign that I really like to see, especially with this idea of like spiritual awakening. You may be getting signs this month. Yeah, especially if it's like in a unique or weird location. Like, yeah. Okay, you then hear, this is the card, I really want to see this. So you have Stargazer, set your sights higher. Okay, so notice this person's like within the universe here. We've got these like, I think planets here. Yeah, planets. See Jupiter there, the moon. I think some of you are trying to work with the universe this month in a big way. Okay, and if you're not, I would really trust the universe this month. What else do we have here? Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted. Air Guardian, shift your perception. How do you want to frame this situation if there's a change in the plans or if you know there's an upheaval or a change that requires you to be quick on your feet? How are you going to frame this? Is it going to be doom and gloom? Is it going to be positive? What is it going to be? Wow, so you've got Stargazer, Star Ancestor, and Guardian Angel. Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. And then you also have Shaolin Master, be graceful in movement and action. Yeah, the universe is really trying to work with you in this month. Okay, this is very positive. Universe is really trying to say, we got you, we're here with you, your spirit guides, your angels, whatever you believe in. You then have Direction Guardian, choose your path. Okay, choose your path here. Okay. why don't we go ahead and let's move into the tarot clarifications. Leo, now I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. All right, let's go ahead and see what is coming forward in the tarot clarifications. Okay. All right. So you have the Four of Swords. Put your mind at rest here, okay? You have the Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, nice. You may need to spring into action in work, in a workplace situation. Okay, the people you work with or the people who work for you in some capacity here with the Three of Pentacles, there may be some like situation that requires some quick thinking, okay? And I think that you really, really have the capability of solving this situation for sure. Like, I don't know what it could be, but it could be a project, it could be something maybe going on. Maybe even like a change in leadership or something going on here. You might get like a new contract, but somebody that is connected to your work and employment story here is, showing up. And I would say that this is pretty positive here. So be ready for that, I would say. You have the Seven of Pentacles with the Page of Cups. In relationships, some of you are like wondering what's next in the relationship. Okay? For sure. You're wondering what's next. Like, essentially, the Seven of Pentacles is contemplating a shift that away from what they've been doing for a long time, or a shift into something new. So this could mean like, okay, is it time to go the distance with this person? Is it not time to go to the distance with this person? But with the Page of Cups, these conversations could be on the table. Will this relationship be around for a long time or not? With the Seven of Pentacles. So some of you may be thinking about this. Now, there may also be an opportunity for profit here for some of you in another area of your life, as the Seven of Pentacles can indicate profit taking, typically around something you've held for a long time. So this could be real estate, it could be stocks, retirement account, gold, crypto, bonds, whatever it may be, some financial instrument or situation here. You may be thinking about like taking profit in some way. Four of Swords, to put your mind at rest, is immediately what I thought when I looked at that Four of Swords card, especially as it's with the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is a really card of like really hard work, and some of you just may need a break, a little bit of a break here, at this time. Yeah, really put your mind at rest. With the Nine of Swords, wow. The Fool, amazing. And the Knight of Wands. Okay. So, Nine of Swords, this person's like ruminating pretty hard, right? This person's going back and forth in their minds. They're thinking about something very deeply. And this is the waiting game for you, Leo. Okay, you're stuck in the waiting game here. Okay, something is delayed and it's crushing you. Okay, with the Nine of Swords and the Page of Swords. If it's out of your control, it would be wise to try to put your mind at ease. Now, I know that's easier said than done. But with the Four of Swords next to the Nine of Swords, think about it. Like, if you can't control the outcome, right? If you've done everything you can and you cannot control it, what is the use in putting energy towards what ifs? What if scenarios? You just have to wait for the results. With the Fool, I like this. It says you're getting a new beginning, and it's a strong one. You have the King of Wands clarifying the Knight of Wands. There's really like an adventure timeline showing up for some of you with the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands. That looks really, really nice, okay? Knight of Wands, King of Wands, Three of Wands, and the Fool. Fool has just sort of like a backpack and their dog, and they're leaping forward, and they're not knowing where they're going, but they know they're going somewhere. So there's like an adventure timeline. Maybe some of you are engaged in travel. Knight of Wands could certainly indicate travel, or a move, like a residential move, like a change in where you live. You may even be making big shifts and new beginnings in your business as well with the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands. That would not be surprising to me, as this is the Jack of all trades with the entrepreneur. You may be doing something a little bit different here, okay? But there's a little bit of fear and anxiety about when is it coming in, all right? Okay, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Amazing. Okay, amazing. You have the Sun and the King of Swords. Wow. Wow. Okay. I feel like this is going to work out for you. Wheel of Fortune, Tower. A shocking twist, a shocking change in your fortunes. Okay? There's a lucky combination here for you. Judgment, Wheel of Fortune, Tower, the Fool. It's all coming together. There's going to be an opportunity that you're going to want to take advantage of, okay? And it won't be there forever because the wheel keeps spinning. But I think that your fortunes and luck, it's going to turn around for you, and it may happen in a surprising way. Okay, I'm not getting a weird energy on the Tower. Okay, I'm just getting like I said, there may just be a little bit of a shift in the plans this month, but it's going to end up. The all paths lead to the same road. All roads lead to the same path. Okay, all roads lead to the same path. Leo, I'll just throw out another quote for you because I think some of you like these, but a quote that I recently came into is sometimes the wrong train leads you to the right station. You know, Leo? And that is literally the Wheel of Fortune in the Tower. You know, sometimes the wrong train leads you to the right station, and I think that this is going to end up working out, especially because you have the influence of the Sun here. The Sun is the most positive card. It negates negative aspects of cards around it, and it augments positive aspects of cards around it. So, yeah, it really is success, vitality, confidence, and truth, something coming to light. You then have the King of Swords. Keep a level head, okay, in this month. This is going to be your path forward. If you stuck around to the end here, you're rewarded with this clarification because it feels like this is very exciting for you. It was a little bit shaky, but this is going to work out. On the bottom, you do have the Seven of Cups. There's something that you're overwhelmed about, and it's that you're waiting for news or a result or something like this. Let's get a look at the Kipper cards for you here. We'll see what's in the Kipper energies, okay, Leo, to close out this reading. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, you have community, gift, yeah, false person, courthouse, pathway, adjudication. Interesting. Thief with false person. Was not really expecting that, but there may be something connected to the family unit here that is going on for some of you. Yeah, you're definitely getting a ruling here. You got the adjudication and judgment energy, right? You're getting the result. This certainly could have a legal nature to it, as you also have the King of Swords. That could certainly be the case. But, yeah, if you're dealing with disputes or disagreements here, I think that this is in your favor. It may take a little bit of time with the pathway card, but yeah, the universe is really trying to give you a beautiful gift through any sort of like shift or change that may be happening here for you at this time, you know, in this month. So this is a month of rolling with the punches, especially because you have this concern card on the bottom once again. Here, I say once again because you had that Nine of Swords as well, which is similar energy. So, okay, this is what I have. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.